Hello, everybody. Welcome to Arsenal X NGR's Xbox podcast. As always, we throw up the X. Yes, because we're about to throw down. I am. All in HD. I love that.
It's late. It's late. Okay, I just.
Yes.
And by late, it's not late. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting.
I am your host.
I'm sorry.
I am your host, Eddie B. And I love these two, I swear. Joining me is my wise Wisconsinite, Mr. Jesse Douglas. Also joining me from NGR Radio headquarters, Mr. Corey Dirrig.
It's gonna be a wild one, folks.
Oh yes,
I got my Ninja Turtles cassette tape.
Wait, what?
You don't? Okay, so they back around the time when Turtles was super popular, like somewhere in between Secret of the Ooze and Turtles in Time, the movie, not the game, the really bad movie, not the best Turtles video game of all time. They put out this really weird music thing, and it was called Coming Out of Their Shells Tour, and they went on a rock tour.
Yeah, that was like a live tour.
Yeah,
right.
It was awesome, awesomely bad.
I remember that.
Yeah,
okay.
And you could totally tell all the budget went to the Turtles, and no budget went to Splinter or Shredder, because Shredder's helmet was literally a tinfoil hat with spikes on it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. So
I heard about something like that, but I didn't know that it existed.
Oh, it exists. The tape is right here, and I also have the VHS tape at my parents' house in a box somewhere.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Where did you find this?
Oh, Mike. Where did I find the tape or
the
cassette
in the movie?
Tape?
Like both of them.
My cousin got me this as a joke gift for Christmas this year. And then the movie I got when it was popular. I don't know. I've had it forever. I've literally had it since I was about 6 or 7.
Wow, because I didn't see no advertisements for this, no commercial. Like I knew nothing about this.
Oh yeah, you're missing out, dude. You are missing out.
Oh my, Jesse, you know something about this?
Yeah, I knew about that. I remember all that stuff because, during that time I was so into the Turtles and all that stuff, and I never owned it, but I do remember like when that was a big deal, and if I remember correctly, they went on tour, and I don't remember if they came close by here at all or not, but I remember wanting to see it.
Wow. Well. I just got educated in Turtle.
You need to, when either right now or when we're done recording, you should YouTube some of the songs on here. I'll give you the track list, and you should just see how great this was.
I heard on the podcast that their first song was called "Coming Out of the Shell." That was like the first track.
The first track's called "Coming Out of Our Shells," and then Splinter sings a song called "Skipping Stones." It's really.
I'm gonna throw some shit. I'm gonna throw some shade right now. It can't be any worse than Kiss.
Oh, that Kiss movie.
No, just Kiss in general.
Oh wow! I thought you were talking about the Kiss movie because the Kiss movie.
No, I mean just in general. I don't get why people like them at all.
I heard that Kiss movie was garbage.
Well, anything that's got them in it is
music.
Bad music.
Sorry, it's an inside joke that I don't listen to music. So anytime somebody talks about music, I just kind of like.
When Matt said, there's some things that you're into now.
Hey, stay tuned to tomorrow's NGR B-Sides where Matt talks about vinyl and I am silent the whole episode.
Dude, okay, so I don't know if y'all heard of a thing called zero punctuation. And it's this guy, he talks really fast, and he don't have no punctuation. But it's kind of all edited and stuff. So he got his top 5 and bottom 5 of games, but then he got this middle one that's called that's just the most blandest games. And when he first did the blandest games, anytime a bland game got announced, it was a dead dial tone. It was just the beep from a dial tone. So I just envisioned Corey just hearing Matt talking, just like checked out and everything.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
He takes a power nap.
Takes the ed.
Yep.
So, but guys, what has been in your arsenal? I'm actually going to start.
Okay.
Yes. So I started out with Assassin's Creed Origins, and a little bit more into that. Haven't progressed in the story because I'm trying to level up and get a lot of the side quests done. So I've been working on it. For Switch, more Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Got for a little bit further in Chapter 4. Kind of actually at a new town, and so I'm working my way through that. Also, we're gonna do Graceful Explosion Machine, getting more, just getting better at that game, surviving, still trying to unlock all the levels before I try to work on a bigger score. So I'm loving that. We'll be downloading Blossom Tale, so I'll have more information on that on the next show that we talked about. A little bit further in Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. So I think I probably got about 5 more hours left of that game. I'm still kind of in the beginning, but I'm kind of working my way through because I'm like in this next area. So yeah, I'm having fun with that, and I'll be progressing with that, and then I'm probably gonna be jumping into Final Fantasy 7 and 9 a little bit later, and Neo I want to get back into because I want to work on that game, and then everybody, Lost Sphear for my Nintendo Switch has been ordered, but I don't have my copy just yet, so I don't know how this government shutdown is affecting, not trying to get all into politics, but I need my copy to be shipped to me because I cannot wait for that game. I literally paid $57 for that game. And I so ready to have that physical copy for my Switch. Just like Corey, that he's working on his Switch games, I'm working on my Switch physical games, and I know on Power Block we're still trying to figure out what's coming in April, because with the Hyrule Warriors and maybe in March, and plus taxes are coming. Got to see how that goes. Yeah. So
dude. Speaking of like games in general, dude, I've been like really sinking my brain into some Sea of Thieves and like prepping for us to play that game, and like a bunch of people from work are gonna, like where I work, want to like play with us and stream with us and stuff, and like now I'm like even more excited. So I guess I could have waited till it was my turn, but I just
no, Corey, go ahead.
You just sparked the thought in my brain about it. So
well, because we're going to have that conversation at the end of the show. That's why I told you on the chat I was just like, save it, because I have thoughts on that game for tonight when we talk about. But go ahead, Corey. What's been in your arsenal?
What's been in my arsenal? I've been playing a lot of, in terms of Xbox, Injustice 2 I've been playing a little bit more of. I really, really, really like that game a lot. And I'm not like even into fighting games really. I really like that game. And what else have I been playing? Oh, Halo 5 I've been diving back into a little bit. Just to like, I don't know. I always forget about Halo when I'm like looking for something that I just want to play for about 15 or 20 minutes and I have some alone time or whatever, and it's like, oh yeah, Halo's still there, and it's still like, it's really solid, and you know, and yeah, I've been playing that, and I have also been diving back into Overwatch a little bit. The Overwatch League has started and is very popular, so I was like, you know what, I like Overwatch a lot, so I'm going to play it a little bit, and I really like Overwatch. It's I think it's kind of like in the realm of, I know it's not an underrated game by any stretch of the imagination, but I feel like in the realm of NGR's space, that, you know, the games that occupy our minds, Overwatch isn't talked about enough, and like, you know, I think Overwatch is a fantastic game for people who are like, I kind of want to play multiplayer games, but I'm not great at shooters, and it's kind of intimidating. And there's so many different characters that do different things to where, you know, you feel like you're accomplishing something even when you're not killing anybody. Like, I like to play healer. Like, I'm always Lucio. Like, if I'm not Lucio, I'm Mercy. And like, I like healing people, and it feels really good to contribute like that when, like, you know, you're not great at shooting people, because there's a lot of people out there that are much better at killing people, and they can be Reaper or Soldier or Tracer or whatever. Like, so I feel like, yeah, Overwatch is great. Overwatch is great. And I got to give Reinhardt some love, because that giant shield blocks everything, and it's great. Makes me feel good. Yeah. When I get those gold medals up there, and it's like, and everybody's like voting on like who played the best, and you get like 6 or 7 votes out of the 12 people that are playing, or 10 people, 12 people, 12 people that are playing, and like, man, when you get Reinhardt up there and you have like 30 or 40,000 damage blocked with your shield, and then like you do that power slide across the map and slam someone up against the wall and swing your giant hammer, it feels so good. So yeah, that's kind of it in terms of Xbox. I've been playing it in a lot of Switch though, in bed, honestly. Like Ed messages me sometimes, and like when I get home late from work, wow, man, it's been a long day. I'm like laying in bed and stuff playing Switch, and I'm like texting Ed as like I'm playing Switch, and Super Meat Boy is really, really, really awesome. By the way, I've been really wanting like a amazing. I'm really into some amazing 2D platformers right now, especially on Nintendo platforms. Super Meat Boy, End is Nigh, diving back into New Super Mario Brothers 2 on 3DS. Like, I've been playing my 3DS a lot lately. Shh, don't tell anybody. 3DS a lot lately. Box Boy. I'm sorry that you just said Box Boy. I hope that rumor that you said about that connection for Switch and like
happens. It needs to.
And I know you should always take Wikipedia entries with a grain of salt, but the Wikipedia entry for like the past week has had Box Boy Deluxe Edition listed for Switch. So I'm like, dude, just give me some Box Boy. Jesse, if this game comes to Switch, I will buy it for you.
You already know that I got him on lock. You already know,
dude. Yeah, I think I played Super Meat Boy, but for whatever reason, as much as it's weird because I love platformers, but I don't tend to buy them that often.
Yeah, and like Super Meat Boy's really scratching that itch. I just like, my only issue, and like usually I'd be worried that like Matt would be listening to this and like criticize me for criticizing his favorite game of all time, but he's not listening to this because it's an Xbox podcast, so I'm not going to worry about it. Super Meat Boy, like, I feel like it's a little too floaty. Like, I like Mario's precise controls, and like, you know, it kind of, you know what it feels like? It feels like a very, like, if Little Big Planet was kind of like turned up to like 15 instead of 2. Like, it's super fast, and then when you jump you feel kind of floaty, but then like it controls better than Little Big Planet, but like it just has that same sense of like floatiness to it, you know, when you jump and you kind of like feel like you're gonna overshoot something.
Yeah, and see, that's why I said the physics of it. You know, if you could like kind of time your physics with that game and your jumps and stuff, you can pretty much get past through a lot of challenges. It's like kind of physics and reaction a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like Dear God kind of feels that way.
Yeah.
I have that. I got that, and I was pretty disappointed with it.
Oh, I heard a lot of people were upset about that game.
Yeah.
I've never played it. It was free on Xbox Live at some point, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. So.
Yeah. I did, yeah, that Tomb Raider that was like free for Xbox Live. Yeah,
That's that one that's kind of like Diablo or whatever style, where it's like that's the one you're thinking of.
No, that's the like mobile looking game. This one, it was like from 360. It was like the continuation of Tomb Raider Legends or something like that.
Yeah, there was that. It was Tomb Raider Legends, and then they did Tomb Raider Anniversary, and Underworld was like the third game in that kind of trilogy of games. It's like the direct sequel to Tomb Raider Legend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's actually the second game in a trilogy that was never finished. So
really,
yeah. It was Tomb Raider Legend, Tomb Raider Underworld, and then they were planning a third game, and then they just didn't.
They just did it.
Yeah.
And it's so weird playing just Tomb Raider, like the reboot, like the brand new one, and then going back playing the old games.
Right?
Just be like, ooh.
Yeah. I don't even bother.
But that's how DMC Devil May Cry is for me. Like, I can't play the old games. Like, they're just something like they have a professional jank to them compared to where DMC Devil May Cry is just like perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that's about it. I've been playing a lot of handheld stuff, but I've also been like working a lot since we recorded last. I think I don't know,
last Sunday,
whatever. Yeah, one of those days.
Dude, we pretty much recorded Sunday through Thursday last week.
I know there was like in terms of like Nintendo content, and I wish we could do that with like Xbox content, but it's just like. No offense to Xbox, but it's nowhere near as exciting as Nintendo stuff. Like announcements, it's like, hey, we may be getting a Elite Controller 2.0. Okay.
Well, and it's like they keep quiet about stuff too. They don't. It's like they're kind of like waiting to announce things like, later or whatever. That's what I feel like. It feels like with Xbox, they're just not really giving us much of anything. Like they just are holding on to everything.
Well, like I said, they're trying to take the Nintendo mentality of showing something when it's ready. But I'm just like, you got to keep the hype up. And
I think
yes,
go ahead, Corey. I think we'll see something at PAX. Like honestly, I think Xbox is going to try to make their presence known at PAX. Like they usually do. The last time I went, they were really promoting Crackdown 2, which, whatever, you can say whatever you want about that game, but like I think they have a lot to show this year. I think Sea of Thieves is going to have a big presence there. I think State of Decay is going to have a big presence there, and I think Crackdown 3 is going to have a huge presence there. So like as someone who's going to PAX, I'm really excited. And I think I think they're yeah, I know. I think they're really going to have a lot there. But, I'm excited that if this Fable rumor is true, like I'm excited about that. I think this year's going to be a big year for Xbox, and like some of the news that they have is potentially exciting. I just like, dude, every time Nintendo sneezes wrong, I want to hear about it. Like I can't help it, man. It's just like it's like cocaine. I'm like Tyrone Bigums.
See, yes, this is an Xbox podcast.
I think people know by now that like Arsenal X and Pal Block are kind of like they just go together. Like you just know if we're on one of the podcasts, we're going to talk about the other one at some point.
Yeah.
But
it feels just like there's something about Nintendo that makes people happy, regardless of how much love or hate that Nintendo will get.
I mean, look at Nintendo this week. All they did was announce some cardboard stuff, and people are freaking out. Like, all they did was show some like cardboard stuff. Now, granted, like the stuff they showed was like, the more you think about it, the more like amazing the technical achievement of that stuff is. But like, on the low end, it's cardboard, and people are like freaking out, and like it raised their stock, like they like their net worth went up like $1.4 billion because they announced this stuff. And it's like, man, like, people are always excited about Nintendo products, and like Microsoft is the youngest of the three big console companies right now, and like,
yes,
you know, they're just now getting to the point where people are like nostalgic for Fable, Halo, Gears 1, even like they're nostalgic for that stuff, but they also want you know, new stuff from them. But then Microsoft is intrinsically tied with Nintendo anyways because of Rare, so like, you know,
I mean, Microsoft doesn't have that kid appeal like Nintendo does. But Nintendo,
I mean, it's not for lack of trying though. Like,
well, yeah,
Super Lucky's Tale, they tried with that. They've tried, you know, Cuphead, as hard as it is, still has like a kid's appeal to it, you know,
kids appeal to it, but it's still a more of a adult game.
I mean, but it's no different from us playing Contra or Ninja Gaiden when we were kids.
Well, yeah, but the thing about Contra though, was that it's known for its code, the Konami code, and you know, Cuphead is known for its difficulty and its art style and everything.
Hey,
but
Ed,
how
you
many
know what
kids...
I told you about that Konami code in 1990? Get good.
Oh, I'm already being good. No, but there's a lot of kids who don't see Microsoft as a kid appeal system, because Microsoft themselves were banking their games and still bank their games on adults and more mature kids, and buying their systems and their games. They rely on that AAA mentality. And Nintendo can, if they wanted to, literally could go out and get some exclusive and pay mugs and make sure that game is right, and do the same thing Microsoft and Sony does. But Nintendo doesn't have to. As much as Nintendo get laughed at for all the stuff that they sometimes do, and then people want to copy them because it gets successful. Look how many people laughed at Amiibo, and then it was like a lot of Amiibo were hard to find because people were lining up and buying them for something that some people didn't care for or like. Like, I still to this very day have not seen anything from from Microsoft and Sony that people are outside lining for to buy.
Yeah.
So, but Jesse, what's been in your arsenal?
Let's see. I played a little Siege. And I've been sick like most of this week, so I haven't really done a lot of playing games. But I did play resting simulator because you just rest
sleeping.
Yeah, I played Ninja Gaiden Black yesterday, and the whole camera thing, like, it took some getting used to, but I thought I'd try it, give it a try, and I mean, honestly, for it being a regular Xbox game, it didn't look too bad, but, you know, and then, I tried, that Mutant League football game. I was just basically letting the computer verse each other, and it's hilarious. Like, I'm definitely gonna get that game because like all the teams sound like the teams that they're spoofing.
Yeah,
and they look like them, and then like all the like the players, even the players, all are exactly the same as in real life, but they're like spoofed names. So like, like all the quarterbacks and everything are spoof names of the real quarterbacks for each team, in the NFL and stuff like that. And like The announcing is really good. I didn't realize how much they swear though in that game. Like there's a lot of swearing and stuff in the announcing and all that, and
Wow.
as they're calling, like they'll drop an F-bomb and stuff like that. So, but
Yikes.
it's really entertaining though. I loved it. I love every bit of it. So like yeah, it's a game that I could just let play, the computer versus each other and just watch it and be entertained just by the announcement, the announcers and everything. So, but yeah, and it's a fun game. I like all the unique things that they have like all over the field that kind of you've got to dodge and watch out for. Like they've got like these big saw blades that are bouncing back and forth, on the field, and so you got to try to watch out for it, or you'll see like a little patch of areas that's got little bumps on it, and you don't want to run in that area, otherwise a bunch of spikes will come up, and basically like as you're playing, like each one of your team members has a life bar. And so, like, your teammates can die, and then they get replaced by someone else. So like, like if you want to try to do well, then you could like try to target a certain teammate, that's really good or whatever on the other team, and try to take them out. And yeah, I mean it's a fun game, and like a good alternate game to play over a real football game. I found it to be really, really entertaining. So, and then what else? I tried to play the Metal Gear Survive, but they were working on stuff for something. They were doing some kind of thing for the beta, so that I couldn't really play that at all. So I was kind of bummed about that. Let's see, what else did I play? I think that might be it.
I think it's what the Metal Gear Survivor beta and the Monster World Hunter beta going on. I think this weekend.
It might. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Or at the time of this recording, I should say.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because I know Monster Hunter comes out for PS4 Friday, but I wonder if it's a time exclusive.
I don't know. I have to find out.
Yeah, I have to look that up because I thought all three versions would come, or I thought Xbox One and PS4 was coming out on January 26th, but it sounds like PS4 is coming out first, and then Xbox and PC will be later.
No, they're both. The Xbox and PlayStation versions are coming out at the same time. The PC version is coming in autumn.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, well, I'll be picking those games up probably next following week for payday.
Yeah. Payday.
Yeah, I think I spent a lot this week. So I want to make sure that I have enough money. But that's all you've been playing, Jesse?
I think so. I don't think I really touched my Switch much this week.
Boo.
But I just don't like. I have games on it, but I like nothing that ever sounds like right now. Because I was playing the Resident Evil game here and there, but just this week, like I've got to be in the mood for something like that. Because I kind of want to finally start Rise of the Tomb Raider. Or at least maybe try to finish the other Tomb Raider, because I've got to be more than halfway through that game.
How long have you played?
A while, like, because I mean, like, when did that come out? I mean, I've for a while there was like playing it like a little bit, like every few days. Like anytime, like when I first got it, I would be playing it. I don't know. I played quite a bit. Trying to think of where the last area that I was playing in. I don't know. It was a while after that. Like there's like this area where the wind was blowing, and there's like this big bell thing or something. Like these big doors came open, and it's a while after that.
I think
remember.
let's see, because you haven't met up. Did you meet back up with your team, the members and stuff yet? Because if you haven't met up,
think so. I think I did. Yeah.
Where they was on a ship and stuff, and they was gonna wait for you to finish your mission before you guys leave. So you did do that part. Yeah,
I think so.
Okay, so you're probably about 30% almost done with the game. Then you got just a little bit more to do.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because I know I played quite a bit of it, but
once you meet up with everybody on the boat, you just got a little bit stuff to do from that until it gets to the end part of it.
Okay. So maybe I might try finishing that and then start Rise of the Tomb Raider. I just want to get back into those games again and play a good a good type of game like that. Is like, as much as I love the Resident Evil games, like they're all fairly similar, but like, I don't know. I really do like the ones on Switch though, the Resident Evil games.
Revelations.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. So.
Okay. Well, everybody, that's been in our arsenal. We want to know what's been in your arsenal. You guys could email us at arsenalxpodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what you guys been playing in some of our discussions. And we're going to let you guys know at the end of the show what else you guys could send us at arsenalxpodcast. So, we're going to get into some Arsenal news. And it's funny that Jesse mentioned Metal Gear Survivor, because Metal Gear Survivor will have microtransactions and it's going to have internet connection to be able to play this game. So you cannot play this game without having no online internet. Even though that sounds crazy. Metal Gear Survive will implement two features Metal Gear fans may not jive with: microtransactions and a constant requirement for online connection. It was reported that during a preview session, Konami confirmed the game will always require players to be connected online so that the experience of going between single and multiplayer can be smooth. They stated Metal Gear Survive's online connectivity requirements were built to support a seamless integration between single player and co-op. This will also enable us to provide ongoing content post-launch. Players will also be able to purchase currency for real money, but will be able to earn this same currency through gameplay. So you still could get money, but you'll get it at a slower rate. And from what I heard, it looks like people were enjoying a little bit of this game when it was working. So we'll probably see more talk about it when they release more information about it. But is this kind of like new to you guys? Like, or did you expect this, for something like this to happen? Like, that's kind of how games are nowadays, that to have microtransactions, and for some multiplayer only games, it just needs online connectivity to even play it, like to start it.
Well, with this game, like I wouldn't say that it's exactly like it, but it seems like it's kind of similar to your Wildlands and stuff like that, where it's kind of like, like there's a lot of multiplayer type, like stuff going on that you can do and things like that. So I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, because it does seem like more and more games kind of like, or even like Destiny. It's, I mean, like it's a lot of those games you have to stay connected to the internet, and I think nowadays it's not really that big of a deal, honestly. I mean, I mean there are a chunk of people who like probably can't stay connected to the internet all the time, because they just live in like dead zone areas. Like my brother-in-law lives out in the country area of Upper Michigan. and the only way they can get internet is through, I think, satellite dish, and it's the worst internet. Like, they can't even watch YouTube, they can't watch Netflix, they can't stream stuff like at all. So like, they have an Xbox One, but they really can't download games or anything like that because it's like their internet connection is just awful, and that's like literally the best they can get. So I mean, it sucks for people like that who just don't have the option of a good internet. Mm-hmm. But I think unfortunately the majority of people, that's not something they have to worry about. So it's not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of everything. But I mean, it still kind of sucks, for those people that don't really have a choice. But yeah. I don't know. I think that's the thing is we just we live in the age now where like everything's connected to the internet like all the time. It's just more and more becoming a norm, so it doesn't really surprise me, I don't think. And as far as transactions go, I mean, it's like practically in everything now. It's just a matter of how they do it,
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. I mean, I think, look, there's so many games that require constant internet connection anyway, like Jesse said, that it's like, it doesn't even matter at this point. Like, like the PS4 and Xbox One specifically are like, they're so intrinsically tied to the internet. It's just like, it's just like our phones now. It's just like literally 90% and probably like 95% of the technology we use requires the internet at some point. Like, look, our favorite things to watch on TV are internet based, like YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, even our cable, our cable, we have DSL, so like it's satellite, which means it's required that we have the internet to watch cable. So it's like, look, when our internet goes out, our cable goes out, and it's like, well, what do we do now? And it's like the only device, literally, like the only devices I have right now that don't require the internet to play great games are my Switch and Wii U are hooked up, and like.
And the 3DS.
Yeah, and the 3DS. Like, those are like, but like even my Wii U, my Switch, I turned it on today, and it's like, I went to play a game. I forget what game I turned on to play, but it was like, there's a software update that fixes balance issues or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just download it real quick. And it's just like, it's one of those things you don't even think about. And like, the internet likes to get mad at that.
Yes.
But like, they're using the internet they're using the internet to complain about something having to be connected to the internet. And B, it's like, if you have an Xbox One or PS4, 99% of people who have those consoles probably have some sort of internet connection, and also probably have Xbox Live in some capacity. So it's like, okay, this game's got to be connected to the internet. Your Xbox is already on the internet, so like, who cares? Like, I mean, I get it. Like, sometimes it sucks if there's bad weather and your internet goes out. Like,
you can't play the game at all.
You just can't play that game, and it's like, it sucks. But that's the age that's literally the age we live in. If something happens to the internet, you're screwed. So you better have a backup plan. Like, that's the age we live in. And my backup plan is right here. So
he gonna say phone, really?
Phone.
Yeah, well, the phone is gonna always have the internet if your power's out.
Yeah,
that's so like, and nowadays it's really easy to set up your phone as a hotspot, and you can use it for your internet.
Yeah, and it's like,
if
your phone doesn't have internet, there's probably a bigger issue going on in the world than not being able to play a video game on the internet. So either Kim Jong-un or Donald Trump have hit their big red button on their desk. So I think there's a bigger problem than trying to figure out if my Xbox is going to be online.
Right. Which I had to tell you guys a story after the recording. Oh boy. So we're going to move on.
Must be good if you can't tell it on the internet.
Well, it consumes some racism at work. That
Someone called me white at work today.
That's fine. Mine's dealt with the toy and racism. So that one was just like your age, and I literally could fall out. But like I said, I'll tell you that after the show. So we're gonna move on. Platinum Games announced they had a game. They were working on a game in the mid 2016 called Grand Blue Fantasy, and they had a partnership with Side Games, and this game was supposed to be coming to PlayStation 4, and it was an RPG. It was going kind of game. Today, or at the time of this recording, they have some video of the game, Grand Blue Fantasy Project Relink, and it shows some video of how the game looks and how it plays. So you kind of see like this fantasy world. Then later on, you see the traditional Platinum Games style of dodging and combos and stuff. I don't know if you guys have taken a look at it yet, but it looks kind of cool, kind of nice. It's only been known in Japan, not so much over here. And if they do fulfill the game, I don't know if it's going to be a PlayStation 4 exclusive, or if it's going to come out to Xbox One X. There was no details of it coming to the West or any announcements for other systems. But yeah, I'm surprised that Platinum Games were making like a role-playing game. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
I mean, they made Nier. I mean, Nier's an action RPG, right? It's classified as an action RPG. I mean, it's not like a traditional turn-based or anything, but like it's. I mean, yeah. I mean, whatever. But I mean, it's. I think Platinum's bread and butter is not RPG. You know. Which is quite surprising. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
I keep doing that. I'm sorry.
No,
people keep telling me I interrupt podcasts too much. And I'm sorry.
You're doing a great job. You're doing what I do a lot, is interrupt. No, you're fine, boss. This is podcasting. This is what we normally do. Jesse, any thoughts?
No, I'll have to look at it. I don't really know anything about it.
Okay.
So it's something I'll have to look into. What was it called again?
Grand Blue Fantasy, GRANBLUE Fantasy. Yeah, they have a video of it on YouTube, so you can check it out.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're going to move on for all you Call of Duty World War II fans. There's going to be a limited time event coming, and they're bringing new modes, weapons, and a division. Activision announced a time-limited event for Call of Duty World War II called The Resistance. It's going to bring new things to their multiplayer modes. The event begins on January 23rd and will last all the way to February 27th. The event brings a new division to the game called The Resistance. That's why they called it. And it provides new player class to the game with its own class specific skills and perks and focus on close range combat. The event reintroduces Prop Hunt to Call of Duty, a hide and seek mode where a player takes the form of an in-game object and does their best to blend in without being found. It also brings Demolition, which resembles search and destroy with respawning. Players can also access the Orsa SMG, combat knife, and Volkssterngewehr assault rifle through completing orders. See, I try. The event ends just ahead of the game's first DLC pack, also called Resistance, which launches on PlayStation 4 on January 30th. It includes 4 new maps for war mode, zombies, and 3 maps for multiplayer. The DLC will come to other platforms at an unspecific later date.
Cool.
Those sound interesting, like the whole hide and seek one. I mean, it's kind of funny that this is coming out like after we heard about the whole Mario hiding the balloon thing. It's kind of funny that they're, but I compliment them on trying something different, because like that's kind of why I fell out of love with the Call of Duty games, is it just kind of seemed like they were doing the same thing over and over and over again, and like, you know, like the zombie thing, you know, was a big deal, and you know, and it's fun, but I mean, you know, that's also the only thing that they've really done to try to make it different until this, so that should be interesting.
Oh, yeah. I've still just not. I try Infinite Warfare, and that just continues to make me not to look forward to the Call of Duty games. I'm sorry, COD players. Loved you guys. You enjoyed that game, that series. I'm just.
He doesn't love you.
I do love
he
you.
hates all of you.
No, I do. I love you all. I respect your gaming. It's just not a game for me. And plus, I'm going to play any kind of World War II shooting games. I'm going to play Medal of Honor Frontline on the GameCube. Because that game is so good. So good.
The World War II Call of Duty game actually isn't too bad. I'd say it's probably the best Call of Duty game they've made in a long time. Which is, you know, saying quite a bit. I honestly, like, because probably since, I don't know, maybe since the Modern Warfare 3, that's probably the best game since then, in my opinion, but...
Well, our last story is that We Happy Few will be out sometime in the summer. The developer Compulsion Games released a few new tidbits about the dystopian game, including a look at a new playable character, Sally. The devs say in a new video that they're taking player feedback seriously and have retooled the story to incorporate bigger moments earlier on. Though changes mean players will have to be a little bit more patient. It seems that the game was planned for April 13 release, but I guess with all the feedback that they got to update this game, we'll finally be able to see it in the summer. I still love the trailer that they showed at E3 for this, and I heard some people did enjoy what they played of it, so hopefully that the game does get a release. I think it'll probably be at E3. I think the Microsoft is going to show something more of this game, and they are probably doing something with Xbox One X, so probably something in 4K, or they might actually have an exclusive with them to get that game out first for their platform. Any thoughts for you guys?
I mean, I thought Jesse was gonna say something. I was just like, I don't know. I think this game has like a really cool premise, and like they initially showed it off. I was getting real like kind of BioShock vibes, but like kind of like I don't want to say it's creepy in a different way than BioShock, but getting the BioShock vibes definitely. And then they said it was like a procedurally generated like city, and you had to go do missions in the city based on like how the city was procedurally generated. I was like, why would you do that? Like, you have such a cool premise here. Just go all out and make a 6 or 7 hour BioShock campaign in this premise, and just like really go all out. And like, I don't know what feedback they've had since Microsoft showed it at E3, but like that's what everybody was kind of saying initially, and then I know it's been in the preview program. It's one of the only other games in the Xbox preview program besides PUBG right now, but like, I don't know. I think going the procedurally generated route is like not how I would have liked to see in this game, because like, even though I'm not a huge BioShock fan, I know, oh my gosh, it's not a huge BioShock fan, oh my gosh, but like, I respect the game, and I like the aesthetic, and I like what they're trying to do in BioShock. I just never really got it. I just couldn't do it. Like, I just couldn't get into it.
It's an okay game. I'm sorry, everybody.
But, you know, I think We Happy Few had that BioShock hook to it, and I think the procedural generation kind of takes that away a little bit. You know,
kind of throws everything off.
And takes the tense moments away from like a storytelling perspective, and like, I would have really liked to see them flesh that out and give us like a really solid 6 or 7 hour campaign at like a $40 price point. I think that would have been a really good thing for them. And I don't know what this feedback is. I don't know what they're doing with it, but like that's how I would have really liked to see this game. So
because the way that trailer ended, I was just like, I want to know what is going on, and like being put in the city, and I'm like, no, keep it where it's at, and let us have our story right there. Because they gave it, like you said, Corey, they gave a good premise with the trailer, and then just putting your character in the city and stuff. I'm like, that just throws everything off. Like, it's a disconnect right there. Jesse, any thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, from what I've seen of it looks interesting. Like, it almost, like, I've watched some like gameplay or whatever, and it kind of like almost reminds me of like Fallout. Like, it's very similar to like the Fallout games where like everything's kind of in tatters in the city that you're playing, and but my problem is I like those kind of games, like even like Fallout. Like, I don't mind Fallout games, but they have like the whole like shooter aspect and like different kinds of weapons and things that you can use and stuff like that. And from what I've seen of this game, it just basically looks more of like a point and click, like finding stuff and like to continue the story. So it's I don't know. I think I'll check it out. And maybe even try to go and check it out in the preview program thing. But
okay,
I don't know for sure yet. Like the little bit I've seen, I can't say for sure whether it's something I would or wouldn't be completely interested in. So
yeah, I think I'm gonna wait for the summer, and I think I'm gonna just pick up the game.
Yeah, I think it looks interesting. And if they do the story, like if the story and everything works well enough with it, I probably would be interested in it. My only problem is a lot of times when you have those games where it's like you're kind of point and clicking and picking things up and reading things, and sometimes the story falls flat and it doesn't end up keeping me entertained enough to want to continue it. So I guess as long as they make it entertaining enough, for me, I probably would like it, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, I don't know enough about it. I've seen some gameplay, but I don't know enough yet about it to say whether it's something I would or wouldn't get into. So
okay, well, everybody, that's been our Arsenal news. We're going to get into our Arsenal exchange. So I presented to Corey and Jesse, and since Corey actually mentioned Overwatch and Sea of Thieves, I want to ask you guys, what roles do you like play in multiplayer team matches or like multiplayer games? And if you don't have one, what do you do? So, Corey, you started off by talking about Overwatch, how you like playing healer, and I love that. I love that you like to play healer. You feel more comfortable with that. Are there any other games that you take on another role, or do you kind of look for games that have that class of healer so you can stick with it? Because you definitely are a professional in Destiny 2. So or Destiny, as much as you play. So because I don't know, like we have a particular class and stuff, and so I don't know how you go about that.
I wouldn't say I'm a professional in Destiny. I think I know the classes well enough to know what I'm doing when I need to do what I need to do. But anyway, like you said, like I feel like I'm a better support player because a lot of people that I play with are, like my friend Brian, for example, he is one of the best like first person shooter players I think I've ever witnessed. He consistently gets above 40 kills in Call of Duty games. He consistently gets like, he's just the guy that you want on your team to like take people out, right? Don't get me wrong, he's kind of angry sometimes when people don't carry their weight, but like, he's definitely the person you want on your team if you are going into like a PvP sort of situation, or like, leading a raid in Destiny or whatever. But like for me, I'm always like looking to be the support guy. Like in Overwatch, if you are like, when him and I would play Overwatch, he would be someone who does a lot of DPS, where I would be someone who was like a healer slash, Mercy, for example, is a character that does a lot of healing, but she also has the ability to boost someone's power output. Like shooting your gun does more damage. And so, I used to play Mercy, and that's how I got really good with Mercy, was like he would play Soldier and I would play Mercy, and I would heal him when he was taking damage, and then once his health was full, I would boost his damage, and he would get an insane amount of kills in a game where I would get like one of the best support players in the game. It's just. And then in Destiny, I always played, well, in Destiny 1, I would play a Defender Titan and have, a bubble shield for people, or be able to protect the team when they were doing damage or stuff like that. And then in Destiny 2, they changed all the classes, so like I had to find a new way to be a better support player. But I always like to play that support player, and like a lot of first person shooters until recently never really offered that. Like Halo doesn't really offer that. Everybody's a Spartan. You go in there and everybody essentially is the same type of character,
Yes.
Or Gears is essentially the same way. Everybody's the same type of character, unless you're playing Horde mode, and then you have like your different classes or whatever. And I actually think, on one of the expansion passes for Arsenal X, we actually talked about how Gears and Halo could evolve to keep up, and I actually think Gears of War would be one of those games that would benefit from a class system. Have somebody could be a healer, somebody could be a sniper, somebody could be a tanky assault character where they can take a lot of damage, and somebody could deal a lot of damage. It's I think the 4-player squad, 5-player squad really fits that mold. So maybe the next iteration we'll see. I think they experimented with it in Horde mode well, and I think the next game they'll move that class-based system into PvP. We'll see, but I really like playing the support player and helping players do better by helping them out, instead of always trying to focus on, because like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a good I'm not a good first person shooter player. I can't get a lot of kills. I don't do a lot of damage. I'm not great at getting headshots and sniping and stuff. When I play first person shooter, I like to have fun, and whatever happens, and like,
yes.
I'm sure if I sat down and really, really, really played a lot, I could get better and learn stuff. But as I get older, my reflexes aren't as good, and I don't know, that reticle is really small. So like, it's hard to put someone's head in that little circle. But I do like that games are expanding out, and Overwatch especially is probably the best example of like, hey, I can heal someone, I can boost their power, I can create a healing ring so people can heal up and stuff like that, while still being effective on a team, and like still do damage if I need to, especially with characters like Lucio, where does a lot of damage, or Ana, who has a sniper rifle that can literally put your enemies to sleep, and then you can do damage to them as well. So I always look for support characters in games, which is why I can't wait for Sea of Thieves, because I'll be like boarding up the boat when cannonballs when there's cannonballs flying everywhere. I'll be boarding up the boat. There's water.
We'll get to that. We're going to get to that. That's a separate question.
And then when you play Siege, you can be Doc. Because there's a healer in Siege too, where you basically have this like stim pack type thing where you shoot a dart that basically heals you, and you have like a couple of them, so you can shoot any teammates or yourself. You can like inject it into yourself to give you like over health, or you can do it to your teammates to try to help them out.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you, Jesse. What is your specialty with Siege? Like, I feel like you're a professional at Siege. So, like, what class do you like to play, or like position?
I tend to kind of play a little bit of everything, because like for me, a lot of the time, and it really ticks me off, but like with Siege, like in order to really do well, you've got to really play as a team, and you've got to communicate. And unfortunately, a lot of the times people don't, even though your Xbox came with a mic and a headset, people don't use them ever. And so like a lot of the times what I'll do is I'll have my headset on, and I'll be the only person on my team with the headset. And I'll basically just tell them like everything that's going on. Like, I'll basically, even though they can't talk back to me, I'll say, hey, like, because I use these headphones that I got, and they're the Turtle Beach or whatever. So like it's like 3D surround sound, like sounding in these headphones when you're playing games like that. So like when I'm watching them on my screen, like let's say I'm dead, if I'm watching a person on my screen, I can hear the sounds of where the people are, the bad guys are, or whatever, the opposite team. And I'll say, hey, like there's someone to your left, because they obviously don't have headphones on, or they're just listening on their TV, and you really can't get an idea of where people are coming from if you're just listening to the sound on your TV. So I'll say, hey, someone's to your left or whatever, or someone's to your right, and a lot of the times I'll end up helping people even though I'm not even playing still.
So you're not in the game, but while playing it, you're like the leader in a sense.
Kind of, yeah. I try to
because you're giving the directions. That's the thing. Like you're giving directions. Where in the game, you can play any role, like support, tank, or anything like that. You can do all of that, but your role at this moment when you play Siege is being leader. Because they're giving out the directions. Okay, I can see that. Yeah,
and sometimes I play I'll try to play the floater, like the person who, like, because see with Siege, like there's this one girl, Caviara, I think her name is, or something like that. She's got like her special ability is like silent footsteps, so like you can like literally run at a really quiet pace, and then she's got a really powerful pistol with a silencer on it, and like her ability is then she can run with like very silent footsteps, and you can kind of run up on someone and sneak them, and if you down them, then you can actually hold your knife to hold a knife to their throat, and then they give away the position of all their other teammates for like I think like 10 seconds or something like that. And so then you can like literally see where all their teammates are, and then try to just go and quick take them out if possible. But so like sometimes I'll play like a floater character that kind of tries to go on my own and try to flank people, or just catch them on, take them out individually. And a lot of the times I end up doing that and thinking, the other 4 people on my team or whatever can handle themselves, and they don't. And then I have to try to run back to the objective and try to pull it off by myself, going against like 4 people. And sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't. So yeah, like I feel like a lot of the times I have to play the more aggressive like person who's kind of more in the leader, because I feel like a lot of the times, depending on who I get teamed up with, I can't expect like the rest of my team to work together, I end up having to be the one that kind of holds the team together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not even necessarily that I'm like that good at it, but I just like I said, a lot of the people don't use headphones or headsets or whatever to communicate like you're supposed to in that game. And so since I'm the only one usually who has a headset, I feel like I'm the one who has to like always kind of be where the objective is, to try to like help people. And like you have cameras and, you know, there's all different ways to kind of do stuff without actually playing still. Like even if you die, you still get to look. Once you die, you get to control the cameras and stuff like that and try to help out, and you can like mark people and stuff like that. But so yeah, I mean, I try to kind of play a little bit of everything. So
okay. I know for me, and Corey and Jesse has experienced this when we played Destiny 2 that one night. My mouth is shut because I'm so focused on the mission.
I've never seen Ed so focused on anything in my life. I had to ask him if he was okay because he was so quiet and like,
I was so
focused.
Quiet. And the funny thing is, me and Corey are literally in the same room. And Jesse Corey just talking. I'm just like, I'm sorry, God. Like when I'm playing online, definitely would capture the flag. I'm the person to get the flag and bring it back. I'm the ghost, kind of, because people don't pay attention that I'm playing the game. So I do my best, to not be noticed. Even though I can hear the conversation going on, and when everybody's just like, Ed, are you playing? I'm like, yeah, I'm here. I'm just listening. I'm just kind of focused right now. Like I'm that kind of person. When it comes to because I don't own Overwatch, or I played Destiny 2 and Destiny did the missions and was done with that. When it comes to like sometimes multiplayer games, I guess I'm just the ignorer, just like ignore me. And if you need help, I'm rushing to revive you, and then I'm disappearing again. So that's kind of my role, because my focus is I want to help the team to win. And if it comes to me reviving, if it comes to me seeing my team player almost get hit, but I could back them up, like that's kind of my role. Somewhat support, but like when I'm playing Borderlands, I'm playing soldier because he specializes in a lot of guns, and since we got a lot of enemies and stuff, I want to take as many out with some of the best guns that I can. Where my other friends, they'll be like the support and stuff. Like, and if I fall down, they're able to revive me, and vice versa. So that's kind of my place in multiplayer games. When it's none of that, I'm literally trying to be a sniper. My one friend Ray, he is the best sniper out of me and my other friend, because he would hide in places that we didn't know that he was at, and we'll fight and we'll run, bow, dead. And next thing you know, I look at him and be like, where did you hit me from? He's like, I ain't telling you. I'm just like, you're deaf. You only got one. There's no way for you to be able to hear my footsteps or see where I'm at. But he's a good sniper, and I try to surpass him sometimes. But when he's not around, I got my sniper gun, and bam, I'm hitting him. I love playing sniper, because in like Ghost Recon, even Watch Dogs too, like just playing like when I'm in the single player, I love to be far back, find a position that I can hit them at, and just snipe them and get done with the mission like that. Because I hate taking a lot of hits and then dying, because I know if it's a game that it takes forever to reload and it just messes up your flow, I'm just like, okay, I gotta be methodical and just be back, relax, find a good angle, pop them right there, and then make sure that I'm not seen. Sometimes I'll do the white woman run. I'll see something, turn around and like literally run. I'm like, and then just run. And sometimes if I fall or sometimes I get stuck in a rock or something, because it happened to me in Ghost Recon. I was running and somehow the game glitched and it dropped me through a place that it wasn't supposed to. Like, it dropped me through the game. I was just like, oh crap, I gotta reset this whole thing and do this whole mission over, because it don't auto save at some parts. So that's me. Like I said, sometimes being a support, but love being a sniper, and just love being a ghost. Which now comes to Sea of Thieves.
Yay! Sorry.
No, that's good, Corey. Yes, Sea of Thieves. Yes.
Wish I had a pirate hat. Don't worry, I'll find one. I will find one when that game comes out in that week's episode. I think. Before we get into Sea of Thieves, I had a really great idea. Okay, we might have to do this for the beta too if we all get in or whatever. Like, we should just do a live podcast recording while we're playing the beta. We'll just do the podcast, and that'll be the video podcast for that week.
But see, I didn't sign up and I didn't pre-order the game.
I'm gonna fight you, Ed. Do it.
No, I can't. It's already done.
No, it's not. All you have to do is pre-order, and they send you a code.
Yeah, but I'm not pre-ordering the game. I'm waiting for it to come out.
Disappointment. Fine, Jesse. We'll do it. We'll do it together. Ed's out. I'm the captain of this ship now. Ed, when we get Sea of Thieves, the first thing I'm doing to you is stuffing you in a cannon and shooting you out to sea. With only one bottle of rum.
Dang.
And that's so all you have to do is drink it while you're drowning.
What is it? Is it called Garb or what is it?
I don't know.
It starts with a G in pirate and stuff, like Garb or Glub or Grub or something, or Grug.
What are you talking about? I don't know. The only thing I know about pirates is what Disney taught me when I was a child. So.
Oh my goodness! Wow. Well, which one? Peter Pan or?
Yep. Both.
Okay.
Hey, Pirates of the Caribbean is a great ride. I'm just saying. It's classic. It's a classic.
That first movie is.
The first movie's the best movie.
This is the only good movie, and I'm going to leave it right there.
Hater.
I'm a hater.
I don't know.
When the pirate
drink your haterade.
when the pirate starts walking like they're on the fashion runway, that's a problem.
I just work here.
You're the boss, of course. Don't give me no sass.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
I just want to play Sea of Thieves.
Yes. So Sea of Thieves. When we all get the game. I'm dressed. I could find some pirate stuff and dress up like that. That'd be cool. Arsenal X.
Dress up as a slutty pirate.
Oh goodness.
R.
So you're Jesse.
R.
Please,
is that a peg leg in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Everybody, please do not take this offensive. If you do, please send that to ArsenalXGmail.
If you're offended by these jokes, you can tweet at me at CoreyNHD or email me. I'll fight you.
You can tweet me at that retro code.
Everybody already thinks I'm racist anyway, so it doesn't matter.
We'll take it to the seas.
You'll be sorry.
Yeah, Jesse, you have to find a little pirate hat for our mascot and just put it on.
Yeah, I'll dress Lennon up as a pirate.
Let him look in the picture. Yes,
and a little peg leg.
So, Corey's gonna stick my character in.
No, you. I'm gonna stick you in a cannon.
How are you gonna stick me in the cannon?
I don't know.
Where we gonna go to even find a cannon?
I don't know. We gotta find a boat. We gotta invade a boat. I don't know. I don't know.
Is that after the 7 podcasts we do first?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For both days.
Yep.
I'll just fry you some chicken sandwiches and
Yes.
make it up. Yes.
Speaking of food, did you see Taco Bell is gonna have fries now?
Yeah, I did. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Can't wait. They're gonna be those like season
Nacho fries.
They're gonna be like season 2. Like, oh my gosh, they're gonna be good. I can't
I wonder
wait.
Yeah, because they have the best nacho cheese sauce anyway. So
Yeah,
it's like
it is true. When are they coming out with that?
the 25th.
They just said soon, so I don't know.
It's the 20. It said the 25th.
Oh, it did?
So in like
so
3
Friday.
or 4 days. Yeah.
Yeah, about Friday. So COD's getting back to that. We're going to play the game. We're going to have it. We're going to try to stream it, do commentary. My role in the game as host, I'm going to try to be a captain, but it's not guaranteed. Corey, do not treat me like this is Roots. We're not going there. Nor you, Jesse. I wouldn't. My name would not be Toby, so don't be hollering all of that, all on the chat. But I'm going to try to be captain. What position would you guys like to be?
I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know pirate jobs.
I'll be the guy with the shovel that digs up the loot.
You are a treasure hunter, Dan. So Jesse.
Well, that's the thing. We'll all have to work. Like the way that game looks, it's kind of like you don't really have too much, like, other than kind of a leader. There really isn't too many other. Because I mean, like you know, the main goal of it looks like is to kind of like look for treasure and stuff like that. And so I think you kind of all have to
work together
and kind of like split up into groups and try to figure out like all the clues and stuff like that. So that's the nice thing about this game is it seems like it's going to be a little bit more brainstorming than anything else, really. Like, because you've got to like solve the riddles and stuff.
Okay, hold on. I'm excited for at Sea of Thieves. I'm going to stuff at that retro code in the canon as at @sub_humanist and I drink rum and laugh. Hashtag Comparis Life. Hashtag Sea of Thieves. Hashtag Xbox at Xbox Quick at Major Nelson at Xbox P3. I love you so much.
Who tweeted that, I wonder?
Boss.
It was a bot.
Literally just popped up my screen. I was just like, okay, wait 1 second.
I got to get my social media in this week. There it was.
Oh.
Yep.
Will we actually have rum?
Yeah, you could drink rum in that game. Well, fake rum, but...
I'll tell you, real.
That would be funny if the game actually came with like a coupon to save money.
Sponsored by Crown Royal.
Oh my goodness! Which I gotta try the apple. I want to try that one. But Corey, what would your position be? I love you so much for this episode.
I don't know. I just want to be able to go on missions with friends and stuff. I don't really care what. I mean, if you guys like make me walk the plank and like, or dive off of the crow's nest or whatever, like I don't care. Let's just go find treasure and shoot people's ships down and punch sharks. I don't know. Can you punch sharks in that game? I don't know. I haven't gotten to play it, but I'm like the more I like see of it and hear of it, I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so much fun.
it sounds fun, and I think the last and just the crazy stuff we're going to do is going to be like it's going to be what we are going to enjoy from the game. Like it's going to be more memorable that way, just the experience and our commentaries. Because I know I'm gonna yell at both of y'all, just be like, "Y'all need to hurry up and help me," and Corey gonna be like, "Well, time to go, do," and then take the ship. I'm like, "Great."
It's like, oh, there's water filling up the boat. Just jump off the boat. Yeah, it definitely is the type of game that puts you in a position where yeah, you can have lots of fun with it. Like whether you choose to take it seriously or not, like either way, you can have fun with it.
Yeah. I know we're going to make a lot of mistakes because we're going to be trying to learn the game. Hopefully the servers are good day one or for a while where we don't need to be patched, that we're all able to play.
I'm excited to play it. I don't even care. I think I just want to hang out with you guys and play finally. Like I said, after we record this episode, I'm going to finish hooking up all my streaming stuff. That way we can finally get some stuff done, and by we I mean me, and not be lazy. But like, you know, I'm really excited. I think Sea of Thieves is going to be I think the people who are making fun of it are like, I think they're people who don't care about the game, and I think the people who like have an Xbox and like I think a lot of people who own Xboxes are thoroughly excited for this game, honestly.
Yeah.
So
like I'm ready to play Sea of Thieves, and not really so much the Ubisoft pirate game. I don't know, that Ubisoft one just like it's too it for something it's too serious. Where Sea of Thieves just feels like it's going to be a bunch of goofy, crazy nonsense, and you're going to have fun of it. Because of that crazy stuff, because of the things you could do, you know, of course, like the backstabbing, or you know, getting, you know, meeting new people in the community and making friends and just laughing and having a good time. Like I can't wait to have that, and I don't think the Ubisoft one pirate game is going to present that. It just feel like you need to have a serious tone for it.
Yeah, it's more like a Call of Duty or something like that, where it's like they don't. It doesn't look like it gives you as much options to really have fun with it and kind of do your own thing or be your own kind of character. It's just pretty, you know, fairly linear game. And you know, that's why, like, when people were saying that, you know, oh, if I want to play a good, you know, pirate game, that I'm just going to get Skull and Bones, and it's like, it's not the same. It's like Sea of Thieves is like literally like online friends based game, whereas the other one is just like for people who care more about competition. Yeah, and you know, stuff like that. So. And
for me, like, I would have been way more excited for Skull and Bones if it was just like a Black Flag sequel, like almost like a literal Black Flag sequel, except that like Skull and Bones, you are the ship, like, and you team up with other ships to take on other teams of ships, and it's like, that's not. I don't think that's the game people were asking for when they sent out that survey. They said, "Hey, would you play a pirate game?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I would definitely play Black Flag 2 or you know, whatever." Which is why I'm excited for Assassin's Creed Rogue in March. But like at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I think Sea of Thieves with the persistent world and you know, it seems to be like a light Destiny, like, where like, you know, you're going to loot stuff and getting better gear and taking on treasure hunts with your friends, and it just seems like a better, more well thought out game, and it's exciting. You know, I think I can't wait to get in there and create my own pirate, first of all, and like really see what the customization options are, because that's always the best part of those kind of games. And
yeah,
let's face it, Destiny's character creator sucked. You know, like I as much as I love that game, that's like, and as much as there is to complain about that game right now, like character creators is not their strong suit. But yeah, I'm excited to get in there and create a pirate and have a ship with you guys, and it's gonna be fun. And like, I'm sure we'll try to pull tricks on each other and pranks and whatever, but it's all gonna be fun, right? It's gonna be fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So everybody, that is going to be the show. But before we actually end it, we have a contest that's going on.
Ed, you're like 40 minutes early. What is this?
What? Yes. Hey, Arsenals, we have an awesome contest happening. We want to hear from you and would love to have your questions. Not just any questions, though. Email us at arsenalxpodcast, ARSENAL, the X, PODCAST at gmail.com. And we want you guys to ask us out the box question for Xbox for our expansion pass episode that you guys can only catch on NGR Radio's YouTube page. And the winner of that will not only win this Forza Motorsports Hot Wheel 5-pack, but their question will be answered on the show for expansion pass. Wow. You guys have until January 27th, and you could title the email Arsenal X Xpan Pass Contest, XPAN for Xpan Pass Contest. And like I said, the question the winner will be announced when the episode is released. Jesse is somewhere online like dying. Oh my goodness,
it's a Buddy Price. Where did you get that from?
I got it a while back. I forget where I got it from, but I think I just bought it at the store a while back. Maybe Toys R Us. I don't know.
No.
I'm pretty sure they sold it at Toys R Us at one point.
Probably.
Because they got that whole adult section of the all the
collectible toys.
Yeah, because they had all the Jay and Silent Bob and all that stuff too, not too long ago.
Let's just see on the because I'm trying to read the news, not seeing the screen, just big heads of Jesus going like this. Like, wait, what? And I'm thinking you laughing at Corey, like Corey cracking you up.
Oh boy, here
it's goes. Live! It's live, guys!
Wow. So yes, everybody, do send us your questions. You will be able to win this Forza Motorsport Hot Wheel 5-pack. Go to Arsenal X's Facebook page if you guys want to see the picture and read more of the details. We really would love your questions. We have until January 27th to get your question in, and hopefully one of you guys will win and receive this nice prize. So get out there, give us some questions, think outside the box, and hit us up. So with that, everybody, we're going to do some quick plugs. Corey, where can we find you at?
You can find me at Corey NHD on Instagram and Twitter. And you can find me on a plethora of NGR Radio shows like NGR Radio and Nintendo POW Block and this one. Yes. And others.
Yes. Jesse, where can we find you at?
You can find me on Twitter at @sub_humanist. And I should be appearing, occasionally on POW Block as well, so try to be on there as much as possible. So
yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter at that retro code. You can also check out my podcast Optional Opinion on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play. Also check out Nintendo Power Block, World War One podcast, Nerds Gone Platinum, and Nerds Gone Wrong Radio, and the beer review, right? Still on NGR from time to time.
Yeah, when they record. I don't remember the last time they recorded. But yeah, okay. They're still there, and Matt and the B Flats is like So, okay, yeah, just a real quick plug. We
Go
did
ahead.
ngrradio.com/friends. You know, whether they're part of the network or not, like, we like to promote our friends a lot, and so we've been adding our friend shows there. So, like, Secret Friends Unite can be found there, Brew Review can be found there, Nintendo Main can be found there, which we had Trey on Pow Block a couple months ago. We need to get those guys back on.
Yes.
So, you know, there's a lot of other things there too that you can go to. So if you like some of the shenanigans we do and you're interested in finding other people that are similar to us, you can go there and click around and whatever. Yeah.
Yes. And check out some of our works at nerdsgonerogueradio.com. We have blogs, videos up there for our podcast, and links to other podcasts that you guys can check out and listen to. ArsenalXpodcast@gmail.com. Send your questions, your comments, your funny stories, everything about Xbox or what games that you guys are playing, or if you have an answer to one of our Arsenal exchanges. We want to hear what you guys have to say about that. Just send it to arsenalxpodcast@gmail.com. You are able to join us at Arsenal X on Facebook.com, and we do have a community on our actual Xbox One, Arsenal X community page, I think, or I'll get that. I'll get more of that information out to you guys.
I'm gonna start posting the links and stuff to that in the Arsenal X Facebook group. I've been posting the shows and I've been posting Expansion Pass and the podcast in the group every week. But I need to start putting links in there to, like, you know, we have Instagram now and Twitter,
Yes.
and the Xbox community, which, you know, when Sea of Thieves comes out, we're gonna be doing a lot of things with that. And yeah.
Yes. So, we're moving ahead with Arsenal X. It's 2018. We're going up.
Yeah.
So, yes. Jesse, energy.
Yeah!
So, as always, before we exit out, we're going to throw out the X one more time. Thank you. And we are out. Bye, everybody. I love your little X. Your little X was funny that one episode. We should do with the X, and here go Corey. Shrink. So, with that, everybody, we will see you next time on Arsenal X Podcast. Peace. Bye.
Bye.
Love, peace, and chicken grease. Get those chicken dinners.